But how hot does that make? Ticket for Nebraska's home opener. The seats behind me on StubHub earlier this week were going for $100 a pop. But it doesn't stop there. Come down to this lower bowl section. These seats going for as high as $263 on StubHub. Now this isn't your standard exhibit. The interactive elements are what make the NSAA Hall of Fame so unique. For example, there's a putting green. You can get your shots up on the basketball court. Or you can hit home runs on the baseball diamond. Now it's time to move forward. In fact, the message from Matt Rhule every week has been 1-0. 1-0. And of course, it's the most formidable opponent yet for the Huskers as they are set to visit the number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes inside the Horseshoe. Less than 24 hours ago, the state of Nebraska was struck by one of the most disastrous tornadoes in the state's history. But today, the Huskers played a football game inside Memorial Stadium. Success for Pius High School football on Friday nights starts here. The Pius Junior Bowl football program is in their inaugural season and provides an opportunity for youth football players to put the gold helmet on at a young age.
I go on the sideline and I know what the play is happening because of this, and then during the high school games I can see, like I can know if the play is like a pass left or a run right. I just know it's happening. It's pretty cool.
Riker Erks is the quarterback of the 8th grade team and understands the foundation the program is building.
Some of the high schools, they don't play together like before this, and we'll kind of have experience with each other. And like especially the rookies, they'll have like 6 years of experience before they play with each other in high school, so it'll be great.
Taylor Ashburn is the president of the Junior Bolts and created it to help get an edge on other programs within the state.
We just kind of took a look at how other communities do football, because if you look outside of Lincoln, places like Waverly, Norris, and then of course all the high schools in Omaha, they all have true feeder programs.
Ashburn also hopes the team builds his players' faith off the field.
These teams have more or less become almost like a small youth group where our coaches are having conversations about God, having conversations about their faith, having conversations about what it means to be a servant leader, what it means to be, a good Christian.
Not only do the players wear the logo and practice on the field, but the team is built and operated as a direct reflection of the Pius High School program, and head coach Ryan Carney is actively involved in the team's process.
Coming in and already knowing each other and knowing a lot about what we do, our kids are going to be accelerated. Instead of being freshmen, they'll be more like sophomores or juniors coming into our program.
The Junior Bolts have 154 players among all their teams in their inaugural season and hope this program continues to grow the team's historic legacy.
For 1998, Pius has won it again. They're back-to-back state champions.
Reporting at Aldridge Field, Trey Marler, Nebraska Nightly Sports. Meredith Fontana is entering her 3rd season with the Husker women's hockey team.
It's meant everything to me. These are my best friends that are now my teammates, whether I have classes with them, whether I don't have classes with them. They're just my absolute best friends. I look forward to coming to practice every single day.
The junior from Villa Park, Illinois, has spent the past 2 seasons as the team captain, a position that she does not take lightly.
To me, it's not just a letter on the jersey. It actually does mean something, and it means that you're a positive reinforcement both on and off the ice, whether it's talking after practice or after a game or picking up your teammate when they've had a hard game or they made a bad play in their mind, just picking them up when they feel like they're down, and that to me is just an outstanding experience.
3 years ago, Nebraska was barely able to field a team and had to forfeit a handful of games due to lack of skaters. Now fast forward to this season, and the team is now thriving at one of the game's highest levels.
Today, we're pulling people from all over, and it's really fun to see them actually know the program coming in, and they're getting tours. They're all really excited to be here.
We weren't really that competitive my freshman year. I think we only played either 10 or 12 games, not that many throughout the season. Last year when I was making the schedule, I hit 22 games. This season we're playing 20 games, which is almost a 200% increase as you saw my freshman year.
A large part of that success has been thanks to head coach Nate Henke, a Maple Grove, Minnesota native who grew up on the importance of good hockey.
the culture and the environment. And I think that's one of the things that we've tried to bring to the team is a sense of community and a sense of like kind of belonging. And it's greater than just the game, really.
He also understands his role of bringing the fundamentals of hockey into a community that doesn't have a rich history with it.
I think it's a growing sport, not only in Nebraska, but just nationwide, especially women's hockey. I mean, we've seen the PWHL take off here in the last couple of years. So I think it's really important to grow the game in non-traditional hockey communities.
The 2025-2026 season marks the 8th time Nebraska women's hockey will take the ice, and the Huskers are eager for the opportunity to get back on it.
I think the thing that will stick out the most is just the growth that this team has had. We've put so much effort into it. It has really transformed since I've been here, and I'm really proud to see it continue to grow.
Nebraska drops the puck for the first time on September 26th against Arkansas at 9 o'clock inside the John Breslow Ice Hockey Center.
It's the greatest game on earth. So,
reporting in Lincoln, Trey Marler, Nebraska Nightly Sports. When Nebraska softball fans hear the name Billy Andrews, they think the team captain, the shortstop. But there's a side of Andrews that fans may not be familiar with.
Moving forward, probably more graphic design, but I feel like drawing more just on like my free time, like fun stuff.
Now, Billy's work isn't hidden to her sketchbook. At every Husker home game this season, you'll see drawings of the players on the front, all those drawn by Billy herself.
That is cool. Like, I think, yeah, like that's something that can be remembered or people can save, and like I did that, so it's cool.
This is kind of what set her apart, and I think it was the first day that we put one out. You know, I indicated to Husker Nation that these are drawn by Billy Andrews, and then I think people kind of started looking for him.
Billy's sister Brooke plays right alongside her as the starting center fielder for the Huskers, and being the sister of the artist comes with its perks.
If she picked one I didn't like, I would be like, no, you got to start over, you got to do a different picture to make sure it was a good picture, because I'm like, I see it, so I'm like, make it look good.
Whether she's hitting home runs on the field or drawing artwork off of it, Billy Andrews has found a sense of identity in both sides. But where does she feel most at home? Well, the answer to that one is pretty simple.
Probably softball, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Do it with more people than just myself, and yeah, being around a team, more fun.
The senior, Billy Andrews.
Reporting from Bowlin Stadium, Trey Marler, 1011 Sports. That's right, guys. I'm with Alexis Markowski. Alexis, 35 points, overtime win, gritty victory. How were you guys able to get this one done?
You know, we just kept believing in each other. We knew that we were down by 10 to start, so when we started that fourth quarter, we knew that we were capable of coming back and taking the lead back, and we just stuck with it and just believed in each other, and I thought everyone stepped up tonight.
Alexis, you're a senior from Lincoln. Your games in this arena are starting to be numbered. How much more special does that make wins like tonight?
I mean, I have one more game at PBA, so just knowing that tonight was my second to last game here, I'm going to leave everything on the court, not only for myself, but all my teammates and coaches and the fans. The fans are awesome tonight, and I'm really going to miss this place. So hopefully they all remember me and remember the teams that I played on and things like that. So I'm just trying to leave my mark here.
Alexis, great game. Go celebrate. Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Trey Marler. Nebraska baseball comes into the weekend riding back-to-back wins. The latest coming on Tuesday night over rival Creighton in Omaha. But in Big Ten play, they still find themselves on the outer half looking in on the Big Ten tournament bubble. That's what makes this home weekend series against Northwestern that much more important.
We did that very, very well in all three phases on Tuesday, resulted in a win. We know that doesn't guarantee anything for Friday, and you really just try to show up and do the same thing.
Just like a mentality thing, being in the box, making it personal, like it's you versus the pitcher. And you gotta get rid of all external factors. And
first pitch is set for 6 o'clock tonight at Haymarket Park, and tomorrow is now a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock due to potential weather on Sunday. To Bowlin Stadium, where Nebraska's softball gears up for a two-game series with Indiana. The first matchup is tonight at 5 p.m. on Big Ten Plus. Game 2 will be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Special night at the Dillon Tennis Center for Nebraska men's tennis as they host the USC Trojans. With a victory, the Huskers will clinch their first NCAA tournament berth in 14 years. The duel starts at 6 p.m. Central. Staying in the Olympic sports, the men's gymnastics Heisman Trophy is coming back to Lincoln. Taylor Kostopoulos is this year's recipient of the award. He becomes the 4th Nebraska gymnast to ever receive the honor and the first since 1988. Exciting news out of yesterday's football media availability when Matt Rhule announced a modified version of the Red-White spring game. The game will not feature any starters, but instead feature players competing for the final roster spots. For the players who don't make the cut at the end of spring, it'll be an opportunity for them to put reps on tape for future programs. All other previously scheduled events will take place as normal. Finally, we wrap up in the Icebox as Lincoln Stars begin their trek at a Clark Cup tonight versus the Sioux City Musketeers. The Stars finished the regular season as the best team in the USHL, winning their first Anderson Cup since 2003. But now a whole new season begins, and the focus for Lincoln is at an all-time high.
Same as the regular season, we're going to get everyone's A game and, really taking these couple of days with the bye to, tune up some things and be prepared for round one.
Obviously, the stakes are a little bit higher, and one mistake could end your season, but the guys have to play the same way they played all year.
Super busy weekend in Lincoln, guys. Got the Stars tonight. It's a whiteout. Apparently they're bringing in Runzas, the Icebox, going all out for their #1 overall seed, and then also baseball and softball with 2 key Big Ten series, all happening in Lincoln this weekend.
I mean, you got everything covered. You got that. You also got, tennis.
The men's gymnastics team advanced this morning. There's a whole lot going on in Lincoln right now.
Feels like
so
it's
football,
fall. Got everything.
Husker games next Saturday, so it should be a whole lot of fun. So.
Yeah, definitely a lot to be excited about.
Absolutely, Tyler.